So, of course, you get a variety of pre-existing characters. So the only difference that I think is that they have higher skills than you usually get from character creation. So there's Narg, who is the melee weapons kind of bruiser character. There's Bingan, who is the kind of stealth lockpick thing kind of guy. And then there's the woman, who is what is her thing? Oh, charisma. But of course, most of the fun in the Fallout 2 intro is creating a character. So let's go ahead and plow right into that. And let's see, name. I don't think they changed the character limit. Nope, L1011 wide bow, which is like tie bow, I suppose. L1011. Let's see, age. Well, I'm 27, so let's go with that. Male, race. You are the generic default dude. You come from a long line of generic default dudes. This is different. It doesn't do anything. How exciting. Oh, hey, look, there's a couple different... You can be bald. Hair, who needs it? You're a shining beacon of no-nonsense, rugged masculinity. Or you could have, be a long-hair, Rambo type. Your long, flowing locks bounce upon your shoulders as you jog on by. Let's go with that. That'll be fun, huh? Okay, looks like everything else is pretty much the same. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and pick our traits. Once again, I'm going to use Gifted, because there's plenty of time to get more skill points, but your main traits are where everything is at. So, we'll go with that. And let's see, what else is there? Skilled. Sex Appeal, I believe, is a new optional trait. I think it replaces Night Person or something, but I don't remember exactly. It's been a little bit. But the rest of these, I believe, are the same. Bruiser, punch guys, small frame, one-handed, finesse. The only really interesting one, besides Gifted, is Fast Shot when it comes to having an actual game effect. And what Fast Shot does is it costs you one less action point for guns and thrown weapons, but on the other hand, you don't get to do aimed shots. And so that comes into play later in the game once you get a lot of small guns or whatever kind of weapon skill. Then aim shots become very useful, so we're not going to take that one. We'll take Bloody Mess again, because that's pretty much one of the best perks traits. And then there's some other ones. Chemical Reliant. No comment. Let's see. So let's go ahead and start playing with this. I want Agility 9, Intelligence 9, because you will like to have room to grow. There are some, like in Fallout 1, spoiler alert, there are some surgeries that you can get that will modify your stats, so there's like that in here too. Let's see, Perception. Turn Endurance or Charisma down. I've never really been much of a fan of Charisma. So they changed the way that Charisma works in Fallout 2. It actually defines how many NPCs you can have, because now there are more than just the three. You can actually have a mix of NPCs in your party. And the way it works, it takes your charisma score and divides it by 2, and that's how many NPCs you can have. So if I have like charisma 4, I can have 2 NPCs, and I believe it rounds down, so if it's an odd number, you would still only have 2. It would still count as 2. You would only be able to get 2 NPCs. But NPCs, you know, they have their uses, but I prefer to go it alone mostly. So let's see. Perception. So we can get, let's see, 9 in perception. Which is pretty good. What else? Set strength to 6. That looks pretty good. We'll be small guns guy again. And one of the other neat things about Fallout 2 is that they've now added a sort of ultimate Apex kind of small gun weapon that you can take to the end game, and I won't spoil exactly what that is, but if you watch the Fallout 1 Let's Play, eventually I did switch over to energy weapons, so you don't really need to do that. Of course you can if you want. Let's see, what else? Always tag speech, even though with the low charisma it doesn't really have as much of an effect, but it's always nice to have lots of speech to unlock those higher dialogue options. And then I suppose I will also use sneak, because sneak has some benefits. Allows you to get a little bit closer for those shots. Oh, and what else is there? Steal. Steal is also a useful one, but of course, if you're playing this like you would play any other game, you would just save before trying to steal something, and then do it again. So let's go ahead and make sure we save, just in case. I did have a couple crashes in the last time I did this. So hopefully we won't have to deal with that, but if it happens, I will let you know. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the game.